So I go to the truck, and when I turn to the truck, the boys have gotten out of the truck. My wife has just left the parking lot in her car, and
thunderstorm rolling
in,
and a nice one,
and a good one too. And they're to me, lightning is not as brilliant when you're out in open area, possibly struck by it. So it's not
that was bad.
It's not so much fun to watch.
And kind of scary at dark.
Yeah. So anyway, so I turn around. My boys are out of the truck, and they've locked my keys in the truck. Now, first of all, and I don't know why I do this, and so I try to call my wife for her to turn around and save us straight to voicemail. Hey, this is Sherry. And there's a certain part about it that starts to kind of drive you nuts because they sound so happy on their message.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because on the message, they don't realize you're stuck in a thunderstorm in the middle of an open parking lot.
Right.
So anyway.
Did you dial back?
That must need to have
why
a message.
am I dialing back?
I'll dial back 6
Why
times.
do we do
just
that?
So
Like
I
it's
have
gonna change
just
it.
so I have documentation that I
do
tried.
too. I do too. She got to leave a voicemail. That goes, hey,
Rick,
I don't have it
You
again.
know
Rick,
the voicemails I'll start leaving. I'm on the side of the highway bleeding to death.
Right. And
I need your blood. We only have 5 minutes or I'm a goner.
Look, here's
I'm not going to make it.
Look, here's the one that gets me, and you don't have to be Steve Jobs to know if it's going straight to voicemail. Rick, it's not on. Stop calling it. It's not on.
You're thinking just maybe she turns it on.
So then
I do the same thing.
And then I do this crazy thing where it's impossible for her to be home. I'm calling the home phone. Rick, there's no way she's there.
There's her
why,
tail light.
Why are you doing it? She's at that red light. You can see her. You know what I mean? Why are you calling home if she's at that red light, Rick, you idiot? She's not home. But there's some reason you got to start trying.
Yeah, you wish you were Lion King and could roar, and wake up all the animals to run in front of her.
So
and tell them to turn
I'm doing
around.
Tarzan yells,
You think about calling OnStar, even though she doesn't have a GMV.
That's right. Yeah, and I keep thinking about those commercials right now. All I do, well, I can't do it because I can get in the car.
Right.
But anyway, but they would know my keys are in there because that's what they do. But anyway, and then I love these ridiculous thoughts. What if I started running toward that red light? Could I get to her car?
You're doing this.
And then you realize, Rick, you know what? Where you're standing, the way it looks, that's hundreds of yards. You know what I mean? That's not just a little. That's a half a mile.
Almost as long as that shot they took off.
And then let's not forget this part. Now, I've got to try to deal with the boys, and I need to worry about our safety, but there's no way I can ignore the fact that I can't believe what y'all have done, okay? And there's just enough people still scattered into their cars, and this is when you know you're eating your kids up, when these people start locking their doors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, well, I must really be going. And so, and of course, as a God-fearing Christian dad, I just took myself right off the cross. You know what I mean? And the cross was so far away from me at one point, and then at some point I eventually nailed myself back up there with Jesus. But at one point I had to know, what were you thinking? I don't know why. My dad used to do that to me, and I didn't like it. Why am I doing it? Because if I knew what I was thinking, Dad, I wouldn't have done it.
Right.
And I said, guys, we didn't know where you went. I said, now let me talk to you. I know you're 11 and 9.
And I know what you thought then, Rick. I'll get that spare key that I always put up under the extra tire.
Right.
So this will never happen. Oh, wait, I didn't do that.
Oh, wait a minute, I don't have that. So look, then
I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
But then I said this, and I don't know why I did it. I said, I even went this far. I said, I understand you're 11 and 9. Daddy, a thunderstorm's coming. We'll get to that. Listen,
It's lightning over your shoulder,
I
Daddy.
need to know, so in your little minds, you thought there was a scenario that I would take a duffel bag with gear in it and just decide to walk off and abandon my truck with my kids in it. Did you think I would just do that? Did you think I would just walk away and go, well, good luck to them. Maybe they can drive the truck home.
They got the kids.
Yeah.
It's got plenty of
And by
gas.
the way, if I do that, how am I getting home? Where am I going? Did I decide I'd walk home tonight and leave my kids in the car wondering where I am? Well, we couldn't see you. I said, son, if I did behind me like this, I would have hit the front of the truck. and they said, well, we can see you. I started thinking to myself, all right, Rick, you've got to stop addressing your sons.
Right.
Okay. They're 11 and 9. If they knew why they did it, you wouldn't be in the parking lot with keys locked. They don't know why they did it. They're just goofy little kids. Okay. Goofy little kids do goofy things.
But you needed to make that mark so that they would remember.
Right. And so I said, I said, guys, I said, I can't believe that's just so goofy. How can you be so goofy? And then you go, well, okay, and then all of a sudden, then the young says, I don't know why I'm so stupid. And you're like, okay, well now
I've gone too far.
Now that one's going to come back to haunt me. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. I guess I'm just stupid. And I'm like, and then I did what my dad used to do, which drive me crazy. No, you're not. That's what makes me so mad about it. You know, and I go, okay, there's no way to answer. You don't want me to be stupid, or am I stupid? Which way am I? And then of course,
where's Sherry?
Of course, Big Love wastes no time going, I didn't do it. You know, and I'm like, you had nothing to do with it. I told Brody not to leave the keys in the truck, but take them with him. And like,
And please don't.
No, you didn't say that. You didn't say we're not supposed to leave it in the truck. So, and now everybody's getting real afraid. That sounds bad. And I said, yeah. You know what, guys, it is bad. I said, I hate that we're gonna have to learn our lesson about the truck in a thunderstorm. Right. I hate that.
All right, everybody, get down on your hands and knees and crawl under.
Yeah, and so
Don't get in the back, son. There's a fender back there.
yeah, so and then this is the one I love. Now I've been out there so long because it's about 15, 20 minutes to our house. Now they're cutting off all the lights. Then if they cut off all the lights, what'll happen to us? I said, I guess we'll be in the dark. And
Except when it's lightning.
And you're real happy, standing with a cell
Right,
phone,
yeah.
trying to redial your watch.
And I keep hearing that happy man. So finally, I say to them, safest place is the truck still. And I made my kids crouch by the tires. I mean, I didn't know what else to do.
Lay up under the truck.
Get over by the rubber and crouch down by the tires. You mean over here by this one? Yes, right over by the tires. I said, now we could all be in the car, but y'all have locked the keys in it. No, I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. No, you're not stupid. I know I called you stupid, but you're not.
I called you an idiot.
Right. Because I don't want that to come back to haunt me when you're some weird person. Yeah. All right. So anyway, so finally, I
didn't mean it.
Yeah. Finally, I do what every red-blooded.
You know what I say? It's a stupid thing that you do.
Right. That's it. Thank you, Bubba. So I finally do what every member of the Rick and Bubba staff does when you're in this situation. You call Super Bones. So I called the Great Bones, the truck driver. Hey, buddy. You been
Hey,
on,
what you up
He
to?
said, you must be on my mind. I said, that's probably the Holy Spirit telling you I'm in a thunderstorm locked out of my truck. So anyway, and he says, all right, I'm on it. So he ends up finding the great Jeff from ABC Towing, because Bone said, getting keys out wasn't really his specialty. And I want to thank Jeff from ABC Towing, works with AAA. He was out there in 15 minutes after I got a hold of Bones.
Jeff that wears glasses?
No, he didn't wear glasses.
We must have had surgery.
Yeah, and but it's kind of neat. I mean,
license is
it took
amazing.
him literally minutes to get him out.
So you found him but couldn't find your wife.
Yeah, because first of all, the police. Listen,
Who you could see at one point.
You got a tow truck there but couldn't get your wife.
and all I could think about is I haven't spent 14 years and had children with Jeff. You know what I mean? So anyway, I found out the Hoover police. It was in Hoover, Alabama. That if it's beyond 1993, they can't help you. So I'm in a new Toyota.
It's like 93 and below.
Yes,
that
you
guy's
cut me off at 93. I said, my gosh, how many people still need y'all's help?
Adler's the only person that
who's
can
still
help.
driving a
Oh.
93 or lower. But anyway, so then he said the new ones are tough, but they took a little thing that was really cool that made the door come out, and then he went in there and he got it. So finally at home, my wife answers, hey, babe.
How wet are you right now?
I said, I sure do hate for you to have to get back in that car and come back, because I'm waiting on Jeff to get there at this time, and I don't know how long it's going to be. I said, you need to come back and get the boys. And what happened? And I told her the story. So she turns around, and I said, I know, I don't know why I'm bringing. I can't help but wonder about that cell phone. And
Let's just briefly discuss that.
could I just
Can I
impasse
bridge this small issue?
Yeah, I know it ain't gonna change anything at this point.
And it's somehow going to be my fault.
Right,
but-
yeah. I said, by the way, I want to apologize for you for me having your phone cut off. You know what I mean? And she said, all the battery's dead. I hadn't charged it. And I said, well, boy, I tell you, this situation right here is where cell phones are king.
Yeah.
You know,
And at my point, then I wonder what conversations took place to run the battery down that was less important.
Right.
That's how I always go.
I told her this.
and I'll probably say something about
Yeah,
it.
I told her this. I said,
They've had a breakthrough. It's a 12-volt device.
Yeah.
Plugs right in.
I said, for the lack of charging,
amazing.
which, I kind of like to try to put on that charger every night before I go to bed. But because of the lack of charging, your boys are crying. I've traumatized them. I said,
They think they're stupid.
No telling if we're going to get home or not.
right.
They're completely ruined.
They like that. I said, and
They're wet.
somewhere, because of the technology you had access to, Steve Jobs is crying. So great traumatizing night at the old ballpark.
Don't you wish that you wives could set a voicemail when it's you and you keep calling back and it's just not so happy? Hey, I know I don't have it with me. Sorry.
I wish they had a message. Man, I can't believe I didn't turn this phone on. You know, one of those that went to it when it wasn't on.
Yeah, instead of,
Hey, this is Sherry. I know. I hope you have a blessed day. I'm not.